So I've been getting a lot of my questions recently from Quora because I was thinking, how can I solve some problems that people have? And Quora is the perfect platform because so many people are asking questions on the platform of problems that they have. So I thought, why not make YouTube videos on the back of it, because it actually solves a problem in the market space. Okay, so anyway, so this question was, should I take a writing course before starting a blog? So the actual answer to that in short term is no. You don't need to take a writing course before starting a blog. You can start a blog totally without taking a course. I believe that you should just get started. So that's the most important thing. And really and truly, a majority of the time, if you build like a website out to like 30 pages long, and we're talking like 2,000 words plus per page, you're gonna learn some skill sets and you're gonna pick things up along the way, especially if you're doing your research in the correct way. So if we're talking about should you actually take a course generically about building a site before building a site, then yes, I would recommend that. I took personally a Franklin Hatchett's course. I'll leave a link below this video of where you can check that out. So that's the course I'm currently using. But what it is you really want to get the blueprint of exactly how to build a site before going into that. So whether you're using free methods on YouTube, you could go follow people on YouTube. Even Franklin Hatchett shares a lot of information that's valuable on his YouTube channel, if not all of it from the course. But obviously when you get the course, it's all compiled into an actual segmented list of where it's compiled in a way that helps you to go step by step right from the basics through. So what it is I think that it's really good to go and learn copywriting after, because everything that you're doing inside of this whole site is all to do with text. So if you know how to word things in a persuasive way and control what the reader does, then you're going to be very successful. It's not really rocket science, it's almost logical. Okay, so I would highly recommend that you go and read a book called Copy That Sells. I recently read that book and it tells you, teaches you how to do headlines, how to write video sales letters, how to write copyright sales letters, how to write blog posts in the correct way, how to write emails, like everything to do with text, adverts, like so how to write Facebook ads, Google ads, like any type of adverts. It shows you how to touch on pain points and how to compose and construct your message in a way that makes people take certain actions and do certain things. So it's really powerful, really powerful book. And it allows you to use the power of the written word in that sense. But I definitely think it's something worth picking up on later on as you go through. But what it is, for a beginner, especially like people like me, when you're first starting out, you can easily get sort of caught up with taking in too much information or so much information that it stops you from taking action, and you don't want that to happen. So what you do want to do is obviously get started, start blogging, start pushing out content, and then you can sort of start building on your skill set. But you need to have the initial sort of set out or the action take before you can do that. And honestly, that's from the bottom of my heart. But don't go out like building several different sites and whatever else. Make sure you just stick to one thing, and when you're picking a niche, make sure it's something that is an emotional decision, not data driven, because a lot of the stuff you're going to build your wealth on is going to be data driven result based decisions. But when we actually look at things like picking a niche, it needs to be an emotional decision. And I learned that from Sam Ovens, because I was always confused at how to pick a niche, how to pick it. I was always looking at how much money is involved. Yes, there needs to be a demand and people spending money in the industry, but not being funny, there's people spending money in a lot of things online, and you can almost make anything successful. The most important thing you need to do is make an emotional decision. And it was funny because a lot of people say, don't do things that you're passionate about, just do what you need to at the beginning and whatever else. You can, with a lot of businesses, it does work like that. And with even getting online in the first place, it can work like that, because you might need to do freelancing to make some instant cash. So then you can invest into things like building a blog that you're passionate about. But in regards to if you go in and you're just working a job and you're just going to write a website, I would say make an emotional decision. So what is it that you're most passionate about, that if you write about it, it's not going to feel like work? That's what you want. Like, you want to get that and really take it all the way to the moon and monetize it to the max, so you can really make a good income, which will then power you on to the next level. All right, so that is what I've got here. Yeah, so I've definitely got a recommendation of book for you, and that's Copy That Sells, as I earlier mentioned. It's a really good book. I think the author's name Ray Edwards, so he's an old school copywriter, and it just takes you through everything that you need to know. Like, I'm talking right from the basics through to the advanced stuff, and I will use that book again and again and again to refer to. And it's not like an overnight thing. You don't just go and learn it and then that's it. You've got the almost like template and you just fill it in. It's not that type of thing. It's more like something that's very subjective, and the way you write is going to be something that you develop as a skill set over time. So it's all going to take very long implementation over a long period of time. So you're going to have to keep testing and testing and taking action and keep using copywriting for everything. I've been using it now for when I share my YouTube videos. So even when I go onto like Facebook, and I go and share my YouTube. So after I make this video, I might go onto Facebook. I'll actually do it in a copywriting way, and I've seen the results are different. Like, it's so crazy, because when you compose the message that touches on pain points or a desired place and all that different stuff, all the psychological stuff, it's crazy the way people respond, and you can almost like control what people do. It's nuts. Like, so I would highly recommend it. And the thing what's crazy is, you know, like when I started out online, I always thought that you would have to like focus on one thing and then not focus on the other. Like, I don't know, I had this crazy thinking, like, I don't know if you've got this, like if you're watching this video, where you want just like one answer, you want like one, it's like you're looking for one thing that can take you to where you need to go. But it's almost like, I always talk about it, it's being a component thinker opposed to a systems thinker. So you're in a system, but then you try and hone in on one little component. And that's never going to work, because the system's going to engulf you, and you know the system is what it takes to move forward. So I always relate it to a car. It's like if you got a car and there's one bit missing or something's not working right, the whole engine doesn't work properly. So it's the same exact way with your business. All the components need to be oiled and greased and running efficiently and effectively. So that means you need to learn sales. You need to learn how to sell to people. You need to learn how to speak or how to write in a sales way that can convert people and make people take actions so you can make money. Because the one most important skill you can learn online is selling. Like, there is nothing more important, because everything involves a transaction. So anytime someone's making money online, whether you are making money now or someone's making money on a blog or whatever else it is, there's always a transaction. So that means a real person has to take their card out of their wallet and make a payment, or their purse, sorry for the women out there. But it's exactly the same thing. You really need to understand that there's a transaction. So in order to get that person to make that action, you need to understand sales, and you need to learn sales. So that's number one. Now, you can learn sales in video format or text format. So I recommend for a blogger, definitely you need to be learning text. You're writing text all day long. How can you be writing and not learning about everything that your whole thing's about? 90% or 95% of your site is text. So why not learn about it and how to write effectively? It's the most important skill you can sort of learn in that sense for blogging. There isn't anything more important. You're going to send emails, it's going to be text. You're going to write adverts, it's going to be text. Like, everything on the site is text. Your headlines, text. Your click-through, like on the blog post titles, text. And that makes a difference to how people click through and read your articles. So all of that. And I think it's got like 21 different article examples inside of there. So article examples, 21 different headline examples. And it's not like headline examples where they're just giving you like a template. It's more like the actual psychology behind each of their headlines. So some of them are like benefit driven, desire driven, pain driven, like potential problem driven, the what if headlines, like if you don't do this, then this will happen, and all of that. It's got like all of that. And really and truly, if you want to make some good headlines, then I recommend you go check out the site called Viral Nova. They became like very huge online for just notorious headlines of where their headlines are so persuasive that it makes you want to click and read. And honestly, if you go check it out, I guarantee you're going to see stuff that you want to read. It's just mad. Like, it'll be like, oh, this guy almost lost his life until he found this one thing. And it's like, you're like, what did he find? Like, it's like you're just so interested. or the Russian government almost slipped up with this one piece of information, and you're just like, what information is it? Like, the Russian government, I need to know. It's just random stuff like that. So it's a really good site, and I highly recommend it that you go check it out. But yeah, that's about it, guys. I've been recording like crazy over this period because obviously I've missed out on the Christmas period, and I've got a goal to get to 100 videos by the end of March. I want to push out 100 videos, high quality content that's all valuable to people in this market space. Okay, so if you have any questions, make sure to leave them below because I'll get them answered. And if you did find this video helpful, then make sure to leave your comment below of exactly how this has helped you, and leave a like if you like the video. And until that, on that note, I'll leave it until the next one. All right, so peace and take care. I'm not well today as well, as you may hear.